I thought I was done trellising, but I'm not, because I don't know if you can see from that angle, but I have this coral vine, this beautiful coral vine that needs to be trellised up. When I planted it here, I had this vision of it intertwining all the way up the poles and then just cascading with those beautiful pink blooms. But the only thing is that I have a pumpkin vine right here that has started pulling some of them down. So I'm gonna go ahead and tidy things up a little bit. And I think I'm gonna start on this side. Okay. Coral vine grows really, really fast and it's so beautiful. You just have to be careful though, because in some areas it can be invasive, but here in the low desert, it grows well, but not well enough to become invasive. Woo. Okay, right here. So this is what I do. I just wrap it around the pole and then tie it into place. And the good thing about this vine is that it fills in so quickly that you can't even see all the string that I've put on there. It just kind of looks like it's doing it itself. And it does have little tendrils that help it to maintain a nice shape, but I still have to trellis it up because the tendrils are so dainty that they can't wrap all the way around the wood. And one of the reasons I wanted to do this is because it's gonna create that illusion that the garden is a lot more grand than it really is, because it'll draw your eye up. You know, instead of walking through and you see all the plants at this level, there's plants that are at different heights. So it makes the garden look a lot more grand and bigger than it really is. There we go. Isn't that so pretty? Wow, look at what a difference that makes. And now, it's time to fix up this one. And this one's a little bit more difficult because I have things like roselle hibiscus right here, coral vine, and a pumpkin, all intertwined with each other. So I'm gonna start off by grabbing all of these calyxes because they look really nice and plump, and that'll also help to alleviate some of that weight. Where's my harvest basket? Let me go grab my harvest basket real quick. I had it here just a second ago. I know I did. Oh, right here. Okay. Okay, so this plant is called roselle hibiscus, but it goes by many different names. It also goes by sorrel, in Spanish, flor de Jamaica, which is how I grew up knowing it. And this is what it looks like. It's really, really beautiful. And you can make drinks out of this. You can make jams out of it. People sometimes even use it to make tacos, but I think that works better with the store-bought. This one is so fresh. It's amazing. I love it. And it also grows really well here in the low desert because it loves the heat and it needs a really long growing season. So places that are a lot colder, they might still grow, but they may not produce as much and they would need to be started indoors. This is one of the plants that is daylight sensitive, right? So once the days start getting shorter is when it starts blooming and producing the calyxes. And it'll continue to produce up until the frost takes it out because it's very, very frost sensitive. I'm actually gonna prune this one back here. And this one too. I'm gonna prune it back just a little bit. Oh, but there's so many calyxes. Something that I don't like about this plant is, despite how beautiful it is, it doesn't have a whole lot of like structural support when it comes to its branches. So oftentimes it'll flop over if it doesn't have a stake helping to hold it up or something. But one of the reasons for that is that it's very fibrous inside. So some people are able to use that and make things out of it. Sort of like, you know, like a jute twine sort of situation. Okay. Okay, now we're getting somewhere because I'm starting to untangle this vine. Oh wow. This thing's really hanging in there, huh? Oh, okay. Oh, I tore off some of the coral vine leaves, unfortunately. Ooh. But it's okay. We'll get them fixed up. Okay. You see? Oh, the poor coral vine was just getting dragged down by the pumpkin. So now I'm gonna do the exact same thing where I just start tying it up, getting those vines to start working their way up the pole again. So similar to before, all I do is I grab some of the vines, lift them up, and then tie them in place. That looks so much better. It's not as full as the other one. Oh, at one point it was. At one point they were like almost identical looking, but you can see how having that pumpkin there definitely messed it up a little bit, but nothing that won't fill out soon enough. Now I need to get the pumpkin vine up here. I'm a little bit torn because I feel like this pumpkin vine is just, it's not looking good right now. There's a lot of pest damage on it. It doesn't look the healthiest. I genuinely think I should probably just chop it down. But the only thing stopping me is the hope that I might get a pumpkin. But if I don't, then I'm just gonna wind up inviting more pests to the garden. And the reason it looks like this too is because, I mean, it's getting really cold for it. Really, really cold. Yeah, there's a whole lot of like aphid damage on it and stuff. Oops. So maybe I will just chop it down and I'll try again in the spring. Look at this. Yeah, I mean, I know it's what I'm supposed to do. It's just hard to do it. Because this year I was certain that I would for sure get pumpkins. Maybe if I had set up the shade cloth all over the garden, I would have gotten some. But I didn't do it in time, and now it's just getting too cold for them. But in the spring, I'll try again. I'll try again next year, and I'll just keep trying until I finally get a pumpkin from the garden. Now, there's one on this side that doesn't seem too bad. No, I'm lying. Never mind. There's pest damage everywhere. Ew. Hold on. I think there's at least one pumpkin growing over here. Hold on. Okay, this one I might leave on. I'm just gonna prune back some of these older leaves to see if I can salvage the plant. Oh, hold on. Dang it, should I just have kept everything? No, girl, don't even start. Don't even start. But look, let me show you. I think there's one that's growing. I don't want to jinx it, but tell me that's not a little baby pumpkin growing. And you know what? If I cut it back, but see, this is what I'm talking about though. Look at all of that pest damage on the leaves. But I think I'm just gonna leave this portion to see if maybe something happens and I get a pumpkin. It's worth a shot. I mean, the vine isn't that big right there anyway, so if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out, but hopefully it will. And then I have another vine over here. This one seems a lot healthier. And it hasn't fruited yet. It's still putting out male flowers, but hopefully we get some sort of female flowers soon. And then another thing that I did is I also buried some of the pumpkin vines. And so I'm hoping that the ones that are starting to pop up maybe produce something. Anything, all I want is a pumpkin. At least one pumpkin, just to say I was finally successful in growing one. But I think that's all the trellising I'm gonna do for today. Everything else in the garden is looking pretty good. A little bit wild still, but pretty good. I'm happy. I'm happy with the way it looks. Now I just gotta move on to the next task. And honestly, trellising can also be very, very therapeutic and satisfying because seeing how tidy a garden can look just makes things feel so fresh. Ooh, and I almost forgot to show you. And this is the little harvest basket that I've got going so far. There's still quite a bit of things to harvest, so maybe I'll just do that before finishing up this little section. I'm in the process of cleaning up the garden right now. Ow. Ow, that hurt. Ow. I'm in the process of cleaning up the garden right now. And I have so many peppers on this pepper tree that I want to string up because I'm running low from the ones that I harvested at the beginning of the year, and a lot of these are turning red. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to harvest all of them. And then I'm going to go inside and string them. Plus, this will give me an opportunity to cut back the tree so that come spring it puts on a lot more growth. Oh gosh. The only thing is this may take forever. And you can start to see some of them drying on the vine already, but this one was pecked at, so I don't really want that one. Maybe what I should do is prune back some of the branches and then just snip off all the peppers this way, because there's probably hundreds at this point. I know this is gonna take forever. I'm gonna pause for now because I pruned back the tree heavily. I'm talking like heavily, but that's fine because it's giving me so many peppers that I have way more than enough for the winter time. And I still have several branches that I need to go through and clean up to get all the peppers out. But I'm gonna stop for now because it's lunchtime. My husband made me this, so I'm gonna head back inside. And then I'll see if I have enough energy to continue because it's already about to be 2 p.m. I have a lot to do and we're going on a trip in like 3 days. 3 days, oh my gosh, so I need to get a lot of packing done. Okay, that's it.